We have Robert Bloom on the phone with us, Boston College law professor. Mr. Bloom, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Ah, fantastic. Thank you so much. So we've been talking about this, this verdict slip coming in and these counts that are against him. This is a complicated count because there are so many statements involved in each count.
Yes, and I think Kelly's explanation, I think there are two possible explanations. In Kelly's explanation that they had to go through each of the statements and find out which of the statements was possibly a lie. That could have contributed to the 6 days, or there might have been folks in the jury who weren't convinced as to this fellow's guilt. And there was much discussion probably, and that's why it took as long as it did.
And Professor Bloom, if you could tell us a little bit more of this third aspect of the verdict sheet, the nature of the investigation, and the jury determining that Filipos did in fact lie about a terrorism investigation, and why that was such an important distinction.
Well, I think it's even though the defense and the government was trying to get an impartial jury, it's very hard. I mean, this case, if it didn't involve the Boston Marathon bombing, it's hard for me to. I have to wonder whether or not it would have been brought in the first place. This young man withstood, I believe it was 5 separate interrogations by the FBI. I know enough about interrogation procedures, etc., where it's very difficult to withstand that, especially given his immaturity, to withstand those kinds of questioning by the FBI. So I'm just wondering whether that entered the jury's mind, and that's what was the reason that it took 6 days. So I think the notion that this was related to the awful events of the Boston Marathon bombing might have had something to do with the ultimate verdict.
And what will the judge, the next step here is sentencing at the end of January. We know that the maximum sentence would be 16 years in prison. What kind of factors will the judge be taking into consideration as he determines Robel Filipos' sentence?
Certainly the young man's youth, the fact that he's never been in trouble before, the fact that he had nothing to do with the marathon bombing other than what occurred afterwards. So I think the likelihood of him getting anywhere near 16 years is very, very minimal. This is a kid that was likely in the wrong place at the wrong time and didn't do a good job of choosing his friends.